Some people have more power than others because in their pursuit, they bend the rules or ignore them completely. Don't complain about it or wish things were different because now you're operating from the perspective of a victim. You have to stop thinking the world is a just place. People want to believe that the world is just and fair and everyone gets what they deserve. We like to believe that what goes around comes around. We love to believe in karma. People think that they're good. They think if they do a good job and behave, things will take care of themselves. They think if they behave by the rules, everything will be alright. Fail to follow the rules and bad things will happen. Ask yourself, at what point in history has this been true? This type of thinking impedes your ability to get ahead because when you observe people you don't like, people who cheat, who push the envelope, you don't see anything to be learned. It makes you believe that even if those people who are successful in the moment, in the end, they'll be taken down. This type of thinking hinders your ability to learn from all situations. You shut out the people that you don't like or respect, but it's crucial for you to learn from all situations, all people, not just the ones that you approve of. If you want anything in life, you need to pay close attention to the people holding the positions that you aspire to. Believing the world is a just place and that people get what they deserve is dangerous because you fail to notice the landmines in your environment that can undermine what you're trying to accomplish. As soon as you recognize the influence that this just world fallacy has on your perceptions, you'll be able to learn from every situation and be more proactive to ensure your own success. What happens is you become hyper aware. You see how people who talk about their own success gloss over the power plays that they use to get to the top. They only talk about working hard and other politically correct answers about following their passion, being truthful, self-effacing, not bullying others, and other advice about how people want the world to behave. They don't talk about how the road to the top requires different behavior than being successful once you've arrived. The path to power bears little resemblance to the advice that you commonly hear because you never see the power plays that they made to get there. The ability to effectively self-present is why successful individuals reach high levels in the first place. Perception is real, truth is not. Perception is more real than truth. That's what people in power have figured out that most people don't seem to follow. This is why people always overemphasize their positive attributes and leave out the negative qualities and behaviors. Winners get to write their own history. They realize that the best way to acquire and maintain power is to distort reality by constructing a positive image. So watch those around you who are succeeding, failing, barely surviving. Figure out what's different about them and what they're doing differently. But more importantly, get out of your own way. You are the biggest obstacle to obtaining power because your brain wants to maintain a positive self-image, and your brain does this by preemptively surrendering and doing things that put obstacles in your own way. Your unwillingness to play the power game protects your self-esteem from the consequences of failing. There's a tendency to self-handicap by coming up with excuses because we can blame everything and anything on external obstacles that are outside of our control. It's self-sabotage at its best. Get over yourself. Go beyond your concerns for self-image. People aren't worried about you or thinking about you as much as you think. They're concerned about themselves. And if you refuse to influence people, it might help you maintain a good view of yourself, but you won't achieve any of your goals. People in power are busy with their own agendas. They're not paying attention to you. You need to get noticed because getting noticed means getting picked. Emphasize what you do well and have no shame in self-promotion. More importantly, make people feel better about themselves. The fastest way to attain power is to enhance the positive feelings that people have about themselves, especially those in a position of power. The same is true for the opposite. One surefire way to make people feel worse is to criticize them, because you never know if you're criticizing something that they feel insecure about. When someone makes you feel insecure, you never help them, and in most cases you do the opposite. You sabotage them if you get the chance. You need to see yourself as objectively as possible, because there are two fundamental dimensions that distinguish people who rise to great heights and accomplish great things: their ambition and their skill. Ambition is the drive to take on big challenges, and skill is the ability that you have to turn the ambition into accomplishment. To acquire power, you need self-knowledge to self-reflect. You need the ability to self-project confidence and assurance. You need the ability to read others so you can empathize with their point of view. And you need the capacity to engage in conflict. Most people don't self-reflect. They always think the problem is outside of them. The problem is with others, the obstacles that are in their way. It's never their fault. Most people are too timid. They don't project confidence. And when they try to project confidence, it comes across as arrogance because they try to hide their insecurity. Most people think they can read others, but what they're really doing is projecting their own feelings onto others. They're not reading anyone. They're making assumptions that are nothing more than projections. This is why it's important to have ambition, energy, and focus. Your relentless focus on a goal permits you to put up with the annoying and frustrating situations that you'll encounter. Most people overestimate intelligence on the path to power. Intelligence can lead to behaviors that make acquiring and holding influence less likely, because smart people think they can do everything on their own and do it better than everyone, so they fail to bring along anyone who can help them. Intelligence often creates arrogance, which can lead to the loss of power. They think that because of their intelligence, they can afford to be less sensitive to others, the others' needs, and others' feelings. You need to be around people in power, not alienate them. Being in proximity of power allows you to take leaps instead of small incremental steps. Don't be afraid to break the rules and stand out. You won't obtain power by following the rules. Who do you think created the rules in the first place?